Hi everybody, it's Colin again from Colin's Engage. Well, I've just done some bits and pieces. I've decided, as I will show you, I'm going to do away with the river and I'm going to put a canal in instead. And I've done a bit of scenery work over by the container area, just a little, which I'll show you. Okay. Well, I've just put some of that plaster bandage on all the way around here to the river and a little bit on that side, but mainly to do this all the way around. So when it's dried I can put some paint on and see what it looks like. Well, that's the static grass on and the ballast round here. I've just got to do a bit of touching up, but otherwise this side's done. I've got to still do that side, but I just wanted to get round here done. I can do over there from the other side, so I'll just have a little pick and poke at it to get rid of some of them white bits, but I'm not too bothered. That's a bit of foliage on it, some trees. I've just got to put some fencing up now round the top of the track, and also then a security fence at the bottom along the edge there. So that's looking alright. A Stobart wagon warehouse at the far end. Well, a Stobart rail is coming back with some containers to drop off at the warehouse and the container yard to be unloaded, to go into the wagons and go to the final destination. Right, when I first started I wanted a river, and naturally when I was putting my boards down and using this foam and plasterboard, I cut out a piece ready. Now that was great, and at some point I decided to put a little infill in here to gain a bit of extra space, and that lifts out. This bit here lifts out. But going to exhibitions, my other half decided that it needed a canal. Okay, so I was going to put a canal in somewhere, but I haven't been able to work one out to get it in. So what I thought was changing the river to a canal. And the other thing it'll do, it'll gain me a little bit of space, because a river's wide, a canal isn't. And I'm going to work it out. She bought me some canal boats and some banking stuff for the banks, because they don't have a bank like I was going to do on a river. They have like wooden edges to banks, because they never rise or fall to canals, as I understand. They always stay the same level. So And then when I put this extra bit in here, I took the river round on an angle and brought it out to nowhere, like at that end. Okay, that was okay. But as times change, I need a bit more room here. So what I'm thinking of doing is straightening this out a bit, because canals do have bends in and curves, but they are straighter. So this will still give me a bit. I might try and put, what I might do still here is put a turning area for the canal boats. So if it's a cul-de-sac, they've come, they've got here, and then turn around and go back. Because what I want to do here is have this maybe as a river feed and have a weir here. Just to be different. I don't know. I've got to be able to continue it on unless I totally make this square, and that may be a possibility. When I get a canal boat out, I'll have a look if I can make an area where they turn around. I have seen them on pictures and not have anything on this board. So it's a dead end, literally a cul-de-sac. And that might help tremendously with space. Now, N-Gauge is small and you can get a lot on. But because I want to get a lot on my layout, because it's my layout, it's making it look possible as well. That it could be like it is. Like we all are trying to do, we're trying to make it look real. So I need to gain a bit of space, and this is one way of doing it. So I'm going to get my little canal boats out. They're unpainted. They're done by Langley models, which are very good, as you may know or may not. And if not, you want to have a look at their stuff. They do some fantastic models for all gauges. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can make something of it. Because the other thing is, because this area, in theory, here is going to be the station. And what's going to happen is vehicles are going to come over this bit of crossing here, drop people off, turn around, round a roundabout and go off. And at some point they've got to rise from here to there, because that going that way is out to the rest of the world. As I'm looking at it, against that wall over there, there'll be a scene of a road going off if I can find one. So there's going to be a few buildings up here, and there will be down here, and then the station over here, taxis, buses and stuff like that. There'll be a footbridge going from here to that one, to that platform. So that's what's going to happen. Things change, as you may know, or if you're just starting doing model railway, you've got to be adaptable. And at the end of the day, it's your layout, you do what you want. So I'm just going to have a little look at this area and see what I can come up with. So I'll keep you informed as the stage goes on. And at the moment, as you know, A lot of rivers have junk in, and mine ain't got any water in, it's just got the junk. But I'm having to sort things out now. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, something I didn't realise, you actually get some lock gates. So that's simple for this step. I'm not going to have a weir, I'm going to have a lock. But on this part here, it doesn't have to be very wide, as you can see. What I may do down here is have it a bit wider for parking up, that kind of thing, stopping overnight, fill a bit of that side in. But why don't I just have a lock to step up and come along here out of sight, still ending up at this point but narrower, and maybe at an angle from over here going this way. It's plenty wide enough, is this, for what I want. So if I just fill that in and then cut across, fill that in, job's a good one. Quite excited actually. Now I know these aren't canal boats, as my beloved other half has bought me some coal ones, which okay, I might, doesn't matter that the coal, there's these centres what have the old boats floating away, advertising the old way at museums and stuff. Maybe I could build a little museum for locks. A scratch build. Well, there's something. So that's what I'm going to do. Put a lock in. Very excited about that. Okay, that's the river gone. You can see where it was with all those cut bits, and then it goes down there and it's just under that bit of weight down there, and that'll do for now. I'm just going to put a bit of plaster cloth over this area here and over this bit, and when it's dried it'll be okay. I just need to make this a bit slacker, this board, so it goes in and out easier. It was okay up until putting this in. That's just made it a bit tight around there. It's a bit of a scrape, knife, and that'll be okay. But that's given me a bit more room. So that's my canal instead of a river. Okay, so now I've actually put up my road. Now I'm going to have to be quite crafty here, because the idea is I can lift the whole of that hillside off. But having this road on, what I'm going to have to do is make that separate from that join to there. And then this bit lifts off with this board. So I'm just going to have to work out how I do this. The other thing I could do, I'm going to put some arches in going over the canal and an arch going over the railway, and it'll join on here, and I'll put some bushes in front of it, so when that lifts off, that part of the road lifts off, it'll come away with the arches, and then I can then lift that off to get to the track underneath if anything goes wrong. This piece will lift off with this board. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've done it this wide because with it being a fair hill, they'll have 2 lanes going up and 1 down. So there's an overtaking lane, because with them being wagons coming from down here, they'll go slower and the cars can go a little bit faster, and they'll just go back into 2 lanes. We'll go back into 2 lanes up there. One, naturally 1 down, 1 up. So that's what I will do with that. I've got to just put a bit more filler in here just to make this road a bit wider here. So that should be okay. We'll see how that goes. It may work, it may not, and this will then have a solid embankment or wall, probably a wall here and here on this side. So that should look all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that small update on what we've been up to here. It's getting very interesting. Not much more track to put down. A couple of points, a little bit in the TMD yard area and from the turntable, some bits of track, but the majority now is down. So it's on with the scenery. I'm putting point motors in and finishing the control panel, and there's just loads to do. Anyway, I've had a very big surge of subscribers and new people looking at my site. Very grateful indeed. And any new ones, please do subscribe and leave me a comment. It's very interesting. So I'll speak to you soon. Bye.